Believe it or not, in spite of the fact that there hasn't been much media coverage of it, probably in a month or more, Donald Trump is still facing some pretty serious investigations here in the United States. Obviously, the big one is what's happening up in New York, which again, after Weisselberg was indicted, things kind of went quiet with that. It's still ongoing, we just haven't heard anything. But even before Weisselberg was indicted, we had another investigation into Donald Trump that had pretty much gone completely silent. And that is the ongoing investigation in the state of Georgia as to whether or not Donald Trump broke Georgia state laws with phone calls that he made, and of course Lindsey Graham made a phone call as well, to Georgia's Secretary of State Brad RAF, where Trump asked him, go find the votes, after Trump lost the state by a little over 11,000 votes. Those investigations, because there's actually more than one in Georgia, are still ongoing. They have not ended. And in fact, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, who is conducting the investigation, is plowing forward, right? She has the phone calls. She has records. She has documents. And right now, her staff is pouring through all of these, trying to see if they can find intent. Because that's the key here. If you do not have intent, you do not have a violation of the law. And the way Trump phrased it, go find the votes, it really almost depends on his inflection, right? Because if he were calling and said, listen, oh God, go find the votes, that could easily mean like, look, finish counting the ballots, go find the votes. Or if it was, listen, go find the votes. See? It's the same sentence, different inflection, two different meanings. One of them clear intent, like, hey, go find the votes. Or go find the votes. They both basically mean the same thing, but in the eyes of the law, they actually don't, folks. And that's why this stuff does tend to get a little frustrating, right? Because we all can pretty much guess what Donald Trump meant, right? I personally believe he did the wink and a nod like, go find me the votes, right? I don't think there's too many people probably watching this that think, oh no, he was just being like, oh, go find the votes. No, we're all probably on the same page here with what he meant by it. But the question is, could you prove it in court? Could you prove it enough to indict him for it? And therein lies the problem. And that's why the district attorney, Willis, all these other prosecutors working for her, they have their work cut out for them. This is not as cut and dry as we would like it to be. Yes, we've heard the tapes. We've read the quotes. But that doesn't mean you could prove the case in court. So the investigation is ongoing. And that's a positive, right? This is a Republican-controlled state, okay? This is an area where Republicans have a stranglehold on pretty much everything, and they could easily shut this thing down, but they haven't. And I think part of the reason for that is because Brad RAF, the guy at the kind of center of this, basically, he's the one who Trump called, Trump's already endorsed his Republican opponent for the next election. So he's pissed Trump off, and Trump has gone after him personally. And of course, we learned recently that the death threats received by both Raffensperger and his wife, Trump laughed about it, according to reports, and said they're getting what they deserve. So yeah, Raffensperger probably has a pretty good reason, even though it's probably not legally sound, to let these investigations just bear whatever they bear. And if it comes down to indictments, maybe we got to indict. So we'll see what happens. But I know that Trump's actions of pissing off the current powers that be in the state of Georgia, not exactly the best legal strategy if you're trying to avoid an indictment.